And we're off and running between these two really accomplished fighters. Let's see how they come out. Good job defending the jab. That counter punch caught him clean. How about that time counter shot? Insane action. Nice counter. Who did more work in the gym? That's what it might come down to, considering how hot and humid it is today.
So Todd, let me explain to you. We are outside. Nobody can turn the temperature down. Nobody can turn the sun down. When that sun's beating on you, when you're tired, when you're frustrated, when you're getting hit, when you're getting hurt, there's no cool fan that's dropping in there. This is where it's real fighting, fight on fight.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
They better start respecting each other's punching power. Nice counter shot. Off the charts action from both of these fighters. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Johnson in that last round. At this point, you got to believe he can't win on the scorecards. Going to need a knockout.
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
Don't worry, that's it. Now breathe. Breathe. Just get your breath.
What was that? What are you doing? Come on, you're switching up. Don't worry about...
But you'll take him out. He's too tired. He's not getting back up.
Come on, you're better than that. You've done all your work all the way through.
And there's the bell for round two. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
There's a counter shot. This counter puncher is going to wait for you to move first, and then will strike like a snake. Keep an eye on this guy.
To beat a counter-puncher, you've got to take them out of their pace. Do not wait for them, because if you wait, they'll pepper and pop you all night long. Rush them.
I don't think it's going to be a boxing match. This is going to be a fight. A perfect counter shot. It's all offense all the time. What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Punch, counter punch. This fighter has that swarmer's mentality, taking away an opponent's reach, getting on the inside, and just banging and banging and banging.
A swarmer, a good swarmer, will get inside you like a bee. Like a bee just pickpocketing, stinging you wherever you leave yourself open. A swarmer is the worst kind of fight to fight.
Just misses with that jab. Down goes Jack Dempsey. Let's watch this again. He set it up perfectly and knocked him down.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from? 1, 2, 3, 4. And you still want to fight.
Let's talk about Dempsey in that last round. Let's see how the game plan changes after that big knockdown.
To make or break a fighter.
Go out there and win this round.
Okay, I'm happy. I like that round.
On to the third. Got to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff him.
That hook is parried away. Good defense to block the hook. They miss with the jab. Perfect counter shot. That left hook is blocked. They're both looking for the knockouts here, and that's what we expect from heavyweights.
What you've got to do, Toddy, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You just got to put in a guess.
Missing with the hook. Lucky that hook didn't score. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Johnson in that last round. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
As long as they don't get...
Back at it in round 4. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Can't find a home for that jab. Talk about punches and bunches. That's the mantra for this fighter with that exceptional hand speed.
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close round.
The straight right just misses. The perfect counter lands. Apparently hitting his opponent in the face isn't enough. He wants to rub it in. There's a counter shot. The bravery being shown here is just incredible. Well, if their intention is to anger the opponent, I think it's going to work. You'd like to see more jabs. The perfect counter lands. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Johnson in that last round. As bad as boxing. On to the 5th we go. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Nice counter shot. Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to outthink him. You've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little faggot and pickpocket him.
Big shots from both of these fighters. Got to be careful, though. They're both going for the KO. It's so obvious. You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
I've seen some fights with a granite chin. You could hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
That hook was thrown with some bad intentions. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Johnson in that last round. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them finally comes to a close. On to the 6th round. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Nice defense with that jab. In the build-up to this fight, Johnny, this power puncher told us, listen, I don't care if it's round 1 or round 12, I've got enough power and confidence to end this in one shot.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain then.
A perfect counter shot. Tried to score with a jab. Jack Johnson on the defense. What's he going to do to get out of this trouble? Keeping those gloves up, the guard high, paying dividends as it seems that moment of trouble has passed.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
They're going deep into the gas tank on this round. Nice counter shot. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Johnson in that last round. From this moment forward, there's the bell to start round 7. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Defense is not an option for these two. One punch could end this fight for either of these two heavyweights.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you can hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Punch, counter punch. Nice defense there to stop the right hook. Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
A big whiff with the right hook. One punch changes everything in this division. It's the heavyweights.
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be, having second thoughts in the ring.
This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Talk about Johnson in that last round. That bell could not have come. There's the bell to start round 8. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart, because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
Nice slip to avoid the jab. Punch, counter punch. Throws the jab, it doesn't score. Oh no, Dempsey is hurt. I thought that was going to be a knockdown at least.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them. More than happy.
We need to see that again. Some amazing boxing right there.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you continue?
Well, they beat the count and are ready to go again.
He's got to waste time. Get step behind the referee. When he comes close, tie him up. The referee's then got to paw you. Walk around the ring. You've just got to make the most of it.
As we enter the final 10 seconds here, it's probably a round he'd rather forget. How about that, Johnny? You don't hear those kind.